Welcome to another episode of The Bottom of the Stream Wave. My name is Adam. Said that wrong?
I thought it was called The Wave.
It is called The Wave, because I was going to say movie show, and we're not there yet.
The weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
That's what it is.
Okay. So I thought we might have I think you might have changed it.
No, most podcasts would restart, but... No.
Not a chance.
Bones and all.
No.
Bones and all? Yeah. That's what you get with this podcast.
Isn't it warts and all?
Yeah, but there was that film. There was a film last year. Wasn't that called Bones and all?
Possibly.
With Timothée Chalamet. He was a zombie.
I know to which film
it was good.
mean.
I think sure that was called Bones and all.
Maybe. I'm not good with titles or names at the best of times. So.
How are you, Nick?
Pretty darn good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Been up to much?
I have, me working hard, playing hard.
That's what we do.
I actually went to the cinema this week.
Did you really?
Get to that.
Wow.
Later.
That's not like you.
I just had
You have to take a remortgage out on the house?
a free night with no children.
So you went without the children?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A date?
No, I went on my own. No, yeah, it was a date. Well, yes. Well, I went with my wife. Is that still a date?
A date? Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, I went on a date.
No, that's nice. That's cute. I can't hear myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
That's better.
So, but yeah, we'll talk about that in the
Well, I'm sure we will.
section or so's time.
Section or so. Like we have sections. Like we have any sort of plan to this show.
And yeah, I'm all right.
Good. Glad to hear it.
I think that is going to the cinema was probably the most exciting part of my week.
Yeah, I've not had a very busy week this week. Quite dull.
I do not know how you sit through half an hour of adverts.
Oh, it's so annoying, isn't it?
Amount of times you go to the cinema, though.
I know. It is annoying. I tend to go a little bit later now, but
okay.
I still get paranoid that they're just not going to be there one time. One time I went and they just played the film. And since then, I'm like, oh, what if they do that again? And I missed the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon they do that on purpose.
It was one of the. I think it was I think it was Saw 7.
Right.
We got there and the film had already started. I was like, whoa, I missed the beginning. But so since then, I'm like, I still need to get there a bit earlier. But yeah, it's half an hour now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was half an hour. We were at 8:30. The film was supposed to start. Started at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
The actual film rolled at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what happened when we went to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
and that's like 3 hours long, and it was still the same.
What a joke.
Yeah, it was.
And it's always you go more often than me, so you presumably you're seeing the same 30 minutes.
There's always a Pepsi advert just before the film starts. Pepsi's always last. So, but yeah.
Oh, imagine how much.
It's when the trailers
imagine
finished.
how much time you could get back.
Yeah, it's when the trailers are finished,
and then
more adverts.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to advertise at a paying audience. Yeah. A captive paying audience. You shouldn't be allowed to advertise at them. It's not fair.
I've seen it's a long time since I've been over to the States, but I've seen a few movies over there, and I always was surprised by the lack of adverts.
Yeah, they don't have adverts.
I don't know if that
they never used to.
I don't know if that is still the case.
No.
But
if you're in the States, let us know.
When you consider how hot product placement is and stuff like that. It was definitely something we could take from that.
I'm surprised they don't do them halfway through a film, so
yeah,
it's got to that point where it's like we'll just start the
bring
film,
back an interval.
Yeah, put some adverts on.
There's a little old lady selling ice cream.
Oh, I'd quite like that
in a tray.
I'd quite like that. Give the little old lady something to do.
Yeah,
but yeah, it is the worst thing about going to cinema is the adverts, and they are always the same ones.
Yeah,
Cineworld's bad as well because they always do that. They do an advert and it always says "Welcome back." It's been 3 years. I've been back for quite a while now.
You went 2 days in a row last week.
I did, yeah.
That really sticks in the craw. Welcome back. That's almost like he's mocking you.
From yesterday.
Yeah. You may as well not have gone home.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go and see the Meg 2. I've not got to it yet. So that might be next week.
Okay.
So
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I think it will.
I quite liked the Meg.
I did. I thought the Meg was great. It was the bottom of the stream movie with a budget.
Exactly. 100%.
Much more of that is required.
It's just the sort of movie Jason Statham should only make.
Yes, it is.
That sort of thing.
Absolutely is. You're right. Well, talking of bad movies, segue. What did we watch last week?
Last week we watched a good movie.
Oh yeah,
so
we
it's not a great
movie last week.
In fact, a movie that is currently sitting top of our season 9 stream table.
It is indeed. Yeah, The Humans.
We watched The Humans. So go back and listen to our episode if you've not done so.
Any more thoughts on it since we wrapped up?
I think quite rightly placed at the top of the stream.
Yeah.
So far this season.
It's an unusual street.
But I
table
still
so
wouldn't
far, isn't it?
recommend it to anyone.
No, nobody ever should watch it.
A difficult watch,
Yeah, it's a really tough watch.
but a good movie full of. I think as I said last week, and I still think that it's the case. The best set of performances we've ever seen, as in
Everybody's
the best
great.
ensemble
Cast
performance
yeah.
we've ever seen on this show.
It felt like we were watching a play that had just been put in front of a camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's exactly which is what it was, to be
Yeah.
fair. Cool.
And really unnerving movie.
Yeah, it was really
I found it stressful.
really played with my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know when we've had the conversation before about like the Safdie brothers movies, which are stressful because they're manic and
Yeah.
you know induce panic in you, and this was like the opposite. It was so deliberately paced, but it just had this sense of unnerving dread that something was about to happen, and
Yeah.
it was just
Drama.
yeah.
Just drama. That's
It's
all
a good
it was.
movie, but I don't think I could recommend it.
No, I don't think there's anybody.
I'm glad I watched it, but I don't think I had a fun time.
Yeah. Now we finished talking about it, I never want to talk about it again. But it's great. Right, should we get on with some Netflix news?
Let's do some news. I've switched it around this week
Ruined.
because
We haven't done the question of the week.
Oh, do you want to
Should
do
we
that first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do
sure.
that first now, I think.
Okay.
And then news.
Look, this is quite a base level question.
Oh, you've got one for me this week.
Yeah.
Go on.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's fine. We just pick. I'd forgotten all about it, so.
Would you rather have
Oh.
finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers?
Oh, interesting. Finger-sized nipple. How do you know I've not already?
So how long's your finger? That's how long the longest finger you've got. That's how long the nub of your nipple would be.
But
That's really long.
nipply fingers they're just useless. You've just got.
It'd still be a fully functioning finger.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do anything with them. They'd be too small, and so you basically just got palms with 5 nipples on.
No,
which is
fingers. They're just the size of.
Yeah, but they're not. They're still going to be unusable. They're too small.
I think. Yeah, but it depends. Maybe you've got big nipples.
That's not something I want to get into. Unless your palms are equal size
No,
to
it's
the
just
nipples.
fingers.
I think you've got to have finger-sized nipples.
That's so weird. It will look so weird.
It would look really weird, especially when
Imagine just wearing a
when it was
t-shirt.
cold, shall we say? Like Madonna. But you can't have
But would it
nipple-sized
look,
fingers.
if everyone had them,
Yeah, it wouldn't look
it
weird.
wouldn't look weird, would it?
But it wasn't. The question was, does everybody have? It was me.
You,
I can't have nipple-sized fingers. It would be too unmanageable.
you just get everything small.
No, but you can't. We
Yeah,
don't
but
live
you
in a
can
small
still-
thing
you can
world.
you can still operate
I
that
couldn't
keyboard.
type.
Yeah, you could.
With my nipples. 5 nipply fingers.
Yeah.
I couldn't type
You
with
don't,
5
you'd
nipply
be
fingers.
slow.
I would
You'd
be
you'd
slow.
have to be like one nipple finger at a time.
Trouble is, if I'd got finger-sized nipples, I could type with them.
Yeah, but you can't.
Are they still nipples?
Yes.
They're just as long as
They're
fingers.
not like opposable.
They're going to be really horrible to touch.
You'd always be like catching them on a door, or
Yeah, you could never wear like a...
imagine like in a club or a gig, and just, you got I don't know
You
what
could never wear like a
couple
string
of
vest.
inches worth of nipple sticking
You
out.
could never wear a string vest, could you?
No.
Just be like poking through.
Yeah.
Finger-sized nipples. It's got to be. You can't get anywhere in life with nipple-sized fingers.
I think it has to be a very individual decision, because if you've got a long nipply nub, you might take your chance with the fingers.
What are you picking?
I don't want either.
No, that's the whole point of a would you rather. Nobody wants either of them.
I might take the nipple-sized fingers.
Really?
Yeah, and just play on it. Like, look,
at my nipply fingers.
yeah, I've got. No, they're just fingers.
They're just really small.
Yeah.
No. It's just unmanageable in the
And
world.
I'd be like, can you help me open this
Yeah, you won't be
can
able to
of
open,
Pepsi?
you won't be able to open jars or anything.
You might be right with jars.
You'd be struggle with door handles.
Yeah.
But then with 5 nipples. You've got to go nipple-sized fingers. No, finger-sized nipples. We've said nipple far too much. It doesn't mean anything now. Nipples become redundant as a word. Let us know what you think. Come into the Discord and let us know the answer.
Yeah, do it.
Right, Netflix news.
Right,
You ready?
Enough of this fun.
Enough of the fun. Let's get to the dreary news.
Yeah, I've switched it around, as I was saying.
Okay.
We're doing other movie and streaming news first, and we will do Netflix news after.
Okay, sounds good.
So
What's first?
We will start with probably the biggest story of the week, which is news from Disney's third quarter earnings call this week that Disney Plus have started work on a password sharing crackdown.
Oh, what a surprise.
Which will begin in 2024. He says that Disney already has, this was Bob Iger, the CEO, said that Disney already has much of the technical capabilities to monitor who it is sharing passwords. He didn't give a specific number of subscribers sharing accounts, but described it as significant.
Right. It's not surprising. I mean, Netflix have rolled it out pretty much worldwide now, and
that makes it okay for everyone else to do it.
It does, because they haven't seen any significant downturn in subscribers. They haven't seen a huge cancellation wave.
Yeah.
Despite what you'd read online, that hasn't happened. So it's not surprising that the rest of them are going to do it. They'll all do it.
They will all follow suit.
Of course they will. Netflix will lead the way in this sort of
18
thing.
months.
They're the market leader in streaming, so they're going to lead the way, and everybody else will follow behind. It's not surprising at all. Be interesting to see if they do it in a similar way to how Netflix have done it, or if they have a different way of doing it.
We've sort of heard anecdotally, haven't we? A real mix from Netflix users though about some people were pulled up straight away,
yeah,
and others who've still not
had anything. No.
So I'd love to know some more stats on that.
Yeah, same. I know somebody who was done on the first day, and then I know other people that are still sharing now and have no issues.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. But yeah, I'm not surprised the others are following suit. The rest of them will as well.
They will, yeah, 100%. News this week that Sky will no longer broadcast the Oscars in the UK. They have shown the ceremony every year since 2004.
Right. Who's getting it now then?
There is currently no news on who will be acquiring it.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, the BBC previously aired it for many years, moved to Sky in 2004, and, well, let's see what happens. It's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, it was definitely going somewhere.
There are digital spy reports. Potentially Disney are sniffing around it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So we've already seen Netflix. What's your award ceremony? It was one of the smaller.
SAG Awards.
Yeah,
I think Netflix got. They're broadcasting that live next year.
Yeah, are going to do that live, and Disney Plus and the Oscars. Yeah, seems like could be an interesting match for certainly over here in the UK.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And it would make sense for a streaming service like Disney Plus to experiment in one of their smaller markets, I guess.
Yeah.
If they're going down the route of live streaming as well.
Somebody will definitely pick it up. I couldn't see Channel 4 not having it either, to be honest. It seems like their sort of vibe as well.
True.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go in for it.
Yeah. More news as that
develops
sometime before February, I guess. I'm sure we'll know plenty in advance of that. Let's do a couple of bits of news on a movie you saw last week.
Okay.
You mentioned that you'd been to see Talk to Me.
I did, yeah. It was a secret screening at the Cineworld.
Yeah. So the Talk to Me numbers have started to come in. $22 million to date.
Wow.
In the United States. 26 million worldwide. Budget for the movie, $4.5 million.
It's a winner then.
It certainly is. And to that extent, it's already been announced a sequel is on its way.
Oh, excellent.
It will be called Talk to Me.
With a 2.
With a 2.
What a surprise.
Instead of a T-O. And the original directors, Danny and Michael Philippou, will return.
Cool. They were YouTubers, those two.
Yes. There's already a logo.
Already a logo.
And it's just of the hand.
It's just a hand in it. Yeah. It looks like a swan.
It does look like a bit of a swan. Obviously, no plot details yet, but yeah, it's happening already.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if they've made that sort of money going up against Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
they were the third film that came out that week.
Traditional summer horror movie.
Yeah, and it's making done numbers. So it's a good film. I'm not surprised it's getting a sequel.
And
That's
I
the
bet
thing.
I wonder how much it would have benefited from people trying to do the old Barbenheimer double.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the second one I was going to see sold out. Oh, I'm at the cinema.
Let's go and watch Talk to Me.
What can I see?
Yeah, you might be right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But-
It's always interesting when Cineworld and Odeon do these like secret screenings because they do them for movies that are not gonna, they don't think are gonna make as much money.
Yeah.
So they get their cinema fans who have got these unlimited cards to go in and watch them, and then hopefully that starts people talking about
Exactly.
them. And then I think that's exactly what happened with Talk to Me. People got talking about it. It's a good film, and it did some numbers against movies like Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, exactly. And you quite enjoyed it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I thought it was great. It's a fun little horror movie. There's parts of it that are really tough to watch. Like that picture there, that is not a fun scene to watch. But yeah, it's great. It's A24 again. They just can't go wrong.
Surprisingly, this is not the only piece of news around the Talk to Me franchise this week.
Oh, there's a franchise now.
Well, I guess there is because said directors, Danny and Michael Philippe, have mentioned that while they were shooting Talk to Me,
Yeah.
they also shot a prequel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they noted that they shot it almost completely on mobile phones.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
It's a prequel shooting Duckett's story.
Yeah.
And yeah, Danny Philippe said, "We shot an entire Duckett prequel. It's told entirely through the perspective of mobile phones and social media. So we're looking at when down the line we can release that."
That's interesting because that's like that scene with Duckett and Cole is like the pre-credits scene
yeah.
that you get in horror
Yeah.
movies, and they are mentioned briefly again afterwards, but never really comes back after that. So that's really interesting that they've done that.
That's in the can already.
Wow. That seems prime to just chuck that on a streaming service. And,
Of course it does.
And let somebody watch it.
Yeah.
Because there's no point releasing that at the cinema, but just chuck it on a streamer. Netflix should be
There you
buying
go.
their own.
3 movies. Easy.
Franchise.
Straight away.
It's franchise done. Simple. Couple of years, you got your franchise. Next.
Some sad news this week.
Yeah,
is
very sad.
the passing of William Friedkin
Mm.
at the age of 87.
Yeah.
Best
Sad
known
news.
for directing The Exorcist and The French Connection.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest, well, possibly the biggest horror movie of all time, The Exorcist.
Yeah. 29th of August 1935 he was
87.
87 years old.
Yeah.
And his final movie we have talked about before on this show, he was working on a legal drama which I think is going to star Kiefer Sutherland. I am going out of just from the top of my head.
Okay.
Um,
So where are you
here.
reading this?
It's called The Caine Mutiny Court Martial.
Oh, yeah, we have mentioned that before.
Yeah, which will be premiered at this year's Venice Film Festival, and will be released later this year. Yeah, that'll be his final movie.
Wow. Still making movies at 87.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Look, there's two absolutely stone cold classics there.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, The French Connection kind of invented the car chase,
Yeah.
and obviously The Exorcist.
Invented horror, pretty much.
What a movie!
Yeah, exactly. Rest in peace.
Okay, let's go for some Netflix news.
Cool. Let's do that.
And we will start with Netflix's confirmation of the movies that they have entered into the Toronto International Film Festival,
Oh, okay. The big one.
which runs from September the 7th to September the 17th.
Cool.
Yeah, they will debut at the film festival Reptile.
What is Reptile?
Reptile is a drama starring Benicio del Toro
Okay.
and Justin Timberlake.
Wow.
Also Alicia Silverstone. Reptile's synopsis says, following the brutal murder of a young real estate agent, a hardened detective attempts to uncover the truth in a case where nothing is as it seems. By doing so, he dismantles the illusions in his own life.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, doesn't interestingly yet have a release date for Netflix.
Okay, but it's getting
Some of these do, but not this one.
but it's getting its premiere at the
Yeah.
Toronto Film Festival. Cool.
Pain Hustlers
What's that?
stars Emily Blunt, Chris Evans, and Catherine O'Hara.
Oh wow.
The synopsis for that is: upon losing her job, a blue-collar woman struggling to raise her daughter takes a job at a failing pharmaceutical startup, only to get involved in a dangerous racketeering scheme.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Directed by David Yates, who's quite well known for Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that does arrive on Netflix on October the 27th,
Oh, that's pretty soon.
unless it gets delayed.
Yeah.
Which is the caveat for all of this, due to ongoing strikes.
Yes.
But at the minute, October the 27th. They will also premiere... I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say YAD.
Yad?
I'm going to go with a silent N. N-Y-A-D. Tells the remarkable true story of athlete Diana Nyad, who, at the age of 60, and with the help of her best friend and coach, commits to achieving her lifelong dream, a 110-mile open ocean swim from Cuba to Florida.
Wow.
It stars Annette Bening, Jodie Foster, and Rhys Ifans.
Jodie Foster's a name you don't come across very often these days.
That
110-mile swim. Wow.
also does not have a Netflix release date yet.
Let's see how the premieres go at the film festival.
Sure.
Must be difficult to do a film festival with no actors.
Yes. So again, I would see the caveat.
It sounds like it's going to happen. It's like in a month's time. But
Fair Play
yeah.
will premiere at Toronto, which is an erotic thriller
Ooh.
starring Phoebe Dynevor, who is a Netflix starlet from Bridgerton,
Okay.
Alden Ehrenreich,
Well done.
and Eddie Marsan. An unexpected promotion at a cutthroat hedge fund pushes a young couple's relationship to the brink, threatening to unravel far more than their recent engagement.
Okay. That sounds much like the first one, or the second one.
It does a bit, doesn't it? And finally, Rustin, which
Has the longest synopsis in the world.
which stars Chris Rock, Jeffrey Wright, and Coleman Domingo.
Okay.
The synopsis for which: the architect of 1963's momentous March on Washington, Bayard Rustin, was one of the greatest activists and organisers the world has ever known. He challenged authority, never apologised for who he was, what he believed in, or who he desired. He did not back down, and he made history.
Yeah, okay.
That arrives on Netflix November the 17th.
That sounds interesting.
Chris Rock really wants to have a serious acting career, doesn't he?
Yeah. But unfortunately, he's not a very good actor. So
Maybe this will
maybe.
turn the tide.
Maybe. Is he the main lead in that?
I believe so.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know how the Toronto Film Festival is going to work with having no actors there
Yeah.
or writers. They're just going to show movies to fans. Next,
We've not talked about Netflix games for a while,
we have not.
but users have noted this week that a new app is available on iOS devices. It is called Netflix Game Controller.
Okay.
And apparently, if you download this app, it will turn your smartphone into a video game controller for your TV.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting idea.
It's available now on iOS. Yeah. So this is kind of a very soft launch. There's no you can't use it basically yet.
You can't use it yet.
Yeah, but you can get the app, but you can't use it.
It doesn't do anything yet.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Because there's no supported games for it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's a good idea, though.
yeah, but it's there in the App Store. There's loads of screenshots there. You basically got your virtual joystick, a large A button, 3 smaller X, Y, and B buttons. Yeah, expansion of Netflix games.
That's a really
is
interesting
happening.
idea. I had never thought of doing that. That's clever.
So yeah, expect big big gamers developments, I would say.
Well, yeah, they've got to at some point double down on it because they talked about launching it for ages and they did, and it kind of just was a bit of a damp squib.
Yeah.
So they need to double down on it.
That'd really get some headlines once that becomes
it would.
More out there, I would say.
That's interesting. We will definitely keep our eye on that.
Sure. A couple of scoops
Okay.
from Giant Freaking Robot next.
Oh, what's that?
I say it's a website. It's a movie website. It's a good news website. And they have been told that Brad Pitt has starred up for a Netflix movie. A post-apocalyptic sci-fi.
Oh, my favourite.
Called Desolation Run. Which, to my untrained eye, very much sounds like Mad Max.
Yeah. Just from the title.
Because the brief synopsis that has been provided says that Desolation Run takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where a lone wanderer, Ryan Creed, played by Brad Pitt, teams up with a cunning mechanic to escape a brutal desert wasteland controlled by ruthless warlords.
Yeah, it does have a slightly familiar stench.
The director on board for this is David Michaud, who Brad Pitt has worked with before.
Okay.
He starred in War Machine for Michaud in 2017.
Right.
So, yeah, Brad Pitt does Mad Max. I'm sure it'll be entirely different.
No, I'm sure it will.
All we're getting off is a couple of sentences for a synopsis.
That sounds interesting, though. I like post-apocalyptic stuff. We'll keep our eye on it.
Sure. Another exclusive from Giant Freaking Robot says that another sci-fi movie set up at Netflix is going to star Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
Who has obviously worked with Netflix before on Don't Look Up last year. And it will be directed by none other than Gollum himself, Andy Serkis.
Nice.
And this is the movie that is going to be called The Shift.
The Shift.
Which will see Jennifer Lawrence play Dr. Catherine Turner, a renowned physicist who discovers a groundbreaking phenomenon that is shifting the Earth.
Oh.
The phenomenon holds the key to unlocking humanity's greatest secrets, leading to a race against time to control its power.
Right, that sounds interesting as well.
Sound like a couple of big budget projects.
Yeah, sounds like it, doesn't it?
Starring, big
movie stars. Again, all this is like with a caveat of if anybody ever goes back to work.
Oh yeah, we could be still talking about these movies. I remember when we mentioned that one 4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah. Next.
News that has come as a surprise to some fans, but not as a surprise to the showrunners, is that Disenchantment, which comes back to Netflix on the 1st of September for its 5th season, won't come back again after that because it's going to be the final season.
5th and final?
Yes. Apparently, news of this came as a shock to many fans, but showrunner Josh Weinstein said that the impending finish had been known long before the new episodes were even written.
So they've just been given...
And that's before you've even drawn them, and that takes ages.
It does. So I guess this isn't a cancellation. This is you are being allowed to end your show whenever you want to.
Weinstein said on Twitter, because of the strike, I can't promote the show, but I can talk about it a bit on my own social media. Don't worry, we got to wrap everything up we wanted to. We knew this was the final season long before we started planning and writing it. We've had a long time to finesse and finalise it, so I hope that fans will be happy.
Good.
Cancel your Netflix hate. I really, really liked the first season of Disenchantment. Didn't like the second season so much, and then I think watched 2 of the third one and stopped because I really didn't like it.
I've got to be honest with you, I had no idea they were at 5.
Yeah.
I was literally
Have you watched it?
I've seen the first season, and then you said you didn't like the second, so I never
Yeah.
went to it. But I didn't know they'd got to have done 4.
No, I didn't realise it was that high up either, I've got to say.
The first season was really good, I thought.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first season.
I never got to it because you kind of put me off the second.
Yeah, I never went back after that.
Next.
Next, and finally,
And finally.
it's another Netflix game news, but this is a bit different because Netflix have released their first Discord bot game.
Discord bot game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is attached to the upcoming movie Heart of Stone, which is Gal Gadot's new action movie, which I think will be out by the time this episode is out.
Yeah, it's out this weekend, I think.
And yeah, it's the first game that you can play in Discord via the Hey Netflix bot.
The Hey Netflix bot is available in the bottom of the stream Discord.
It is, yeah.
So if you want to join and play this game, you are more than welcome to.
It's a text-based adventure game.
Okay.
Apparently. Called Heart of Stone, Maze of Odds. You will take on the role of a double agent, and you will need to quickly make decisions in action-driven situations.
Okay, I'm definitely going to have a play on this.
Yeah, cool. Netflix say that the game will be different each time you play it. The Discord bot will randomly choose scenarios from a bank of situations, and you'll be able to play it solo or ask friends to join in for multiplayer action.
That sounds like...
Get that on in the Discord.
Something we need to be doing.
The game includes collectibles for you to pick up along the way, and Discord users around the world can play it, but only if you can speak and presumably read and write English.
Okay, it's only in English. Fair.
So yeah, a Discord bot.
A Discord bot-based game.
Wow, what a mouthful that is. We'll give it a go. Let's give it a go this week.
Let's give it a go. It's available in the bottom of the stream Discord, as I say.
And we'll report back next week.
Sounds fun. Let's do it.
God, everything old becomes new again, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Text-based adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retro.
It brings me back to my childhood. Is that all the news?
That's all the news.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I have watched a couple of things. I've been to the cinema.
Oh, yes, you did mention.
I went to watch Barbie.
Nice. What did you think?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It was a proper brilliant movie.
It's really good fun.
Like, funny, looks amazing, and has got a brilliant message, I thought.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I loved it.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I knew I was going to like it, and I thought it was better than I expected. I thought it was brilliant.
Good. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. It's just fun, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just, but there's also that message is there, and it's like it's just nice. How good is Ryan Gosling?
Oh, he's amazing.
He's so good.
Also, I thought he didn't have as much, of the sort of scene stealing stuff, but like Simu Liu is fantastic. He's brilliant acting off Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, agreed. Michael Cera as well.
Yeah,
really good.
We were saying after we came out, where's Michael Cera been?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in one episode of this season's Black Mirror, but where has he been other than that?
Because it feels like he used to be everywhere.
Yeah, he did.
Great casting, and nice. Doing the old patriotic bit. Nice to see a lot of Brits in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Most of the cast of Sex Education.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, there was a lot of them in there, wasn't there? Yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. And then the other thing we've been watching together as a family on Netflix is. I know this show has been over for a few years on Netflix, but it's one of those I've always wanted to get to, and finally have, and everyone is really enjoying it. And that is Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events.
You're putting that on the list of things you've watched, but you put it in initials, and I've been racking my brains. Been racking my brains for ages trying to figure out what that was.
So this is the Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, again, I've seen the first
Warburton
season of it, I think.
Version.
How many seasons are there?
3.
I've seen the first one.
Really good.
Didn't go back. Yeah, it is really good. I don't know why I didn't go back. Just never did.
Yeah. And just really good.
Kids enjoying it.
Yeah, love it.
Good.
Incredibly catchy theme song as well.
Yes, it has.
So, we'll carry on with that.
Excellent.
How about you?
I watched a movie at the weekend.
Awesome.
Watched a Japanese movie at the weekend.
Oh, look at you.
I watched a movie that I thought was called Zom 100. But I've since been told that it's called Zom 100 because that is a pun on 100.
Okay.
Which is a terrible pun. And
kind of
don't
works,
like it.
but
It's
not
called
really.
Zom 100, The Bucket List of the Dead.
Right.
Which is a zombie movie, Japanese zombie movie.
Sure.
It's based on a manga. There's also an anime TV show that's come out this week as well, I think. So it's a brand new franchise. And it is batshit crazy. The final act feels like it's made by a completely different set of people.
I love it when this happens.
I've never seen anything so batshit just that it's completely offset from the rest of the film.
Okay.
The film's crazy all the way through. It's a zombie movie, so
Yeah.
but it's Japanese, so you can imagine what it's like.
Sure.
It's quite high paced. There's lots of colours, lots of action going on, and then the final scene the final act is set in an aquarium. So I can't tell you what happens.
Oh, I love swimming zombies.
It's more than that. It's not even
I'm
just
definitely
that.
Gonna watch this.
It's insane. Remember when we watched Snakes on a Train?
Yes.
Not Snakes on a Plane,
Yeah,
Snakes on a Train. And the final act in Snakes on a Train is absolutely batshit. Because the snake takes over and becomes the train. It's on that level of how insane the
Did you enjoy it?
is. I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Awesome. How does it look? It's
beautiful.
It's good
it's
budget.
proper. Yeah, it's high action. It's fully very colourful Japanese. It's really good fun. I really. It's on for too long, but I seem to say that a lot just lately, so that might be me. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. It's come on to Netflix in the last week or so. So definitely check that out.
Good shout.
Also, I have started and finished Heartstopper season 2.
Oh yeah. I'll probably get to that this weekend.
Beautiful show as always. On a par with season. It's a bit darker than season 1.
Okay.
There's some like quite heart wrenching moments in it. There's lots of like. It's not as lovey dovey. There's a lot more kissing in season 2.
Oh,
I'll tell you that much. But everybody's just kissing everybody. All the way. The first scene is like a montage of kissing.
Okay.
But yeah, it made me cry more than once. As you get towards the end, I'm just like, I was an emotional wreck all the way through. I cannot overstate how good Heartstopper is, how important Heartstopper is. And yeah, I love it. I love everything about it. And it didn't disappoint. It's really, really good.
Great. I can't wait to watch it.
But it is a lot more. It's a darker season.
Yeah.
There's a lot more self-abuse storylines and all this sort of stuff going on. It's not just two people falling in love now. It's let's deal with this teen drama.
Cool.
But beautiful show.
That's
made
development
by
for you.
People. Yeah, it's apparently season 3 starting filming imminently.
Yes.
Because they need to get it in, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know how strikes are going to affect that, but the news has come out this week that they're starting filming, so maybe the strikes are not affecting them. I don't know.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good. Highly recommend Heartstopper. As you know, I can't speak highly enough.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's a great
wonderful show made by wonderful people. And then we did a watch along in our Discord. It was the first Sunday of the month, so we should probably talk briefly about what we watched on our watch along.
We watched a movie called Killersaurus.
Killer/Saurus.
Oh yeah, sorry.
To give it its full title. Don't know why there's a slash in there. There's a slash in there. It was directed by Steve Lawson, who we interviewed about this time last year.
Yeah.
July last year, I think. So we thought we would give one of his films a go in the watch along. It was the highest attended watch along we've ever done.
Yeah, thanks for everyone who came along.
Everyone who came along. It was a great night.
It
was
was a full room.
Yeah, there was like 6 or 7 people there. It was brilliant. It was really good fun. Some people for their first time. And us, yeah. Some people came for their first time and they watched this dinosaur movie with us, I guess. What is this movie?
It's the simple tale of a top secret experimental lab which is laser printing dinosaurs.
Yeah, somehow. Never really explained how, but they're laser printing biological.
Yeah, so laser / 3D printing actual
living dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And then panicking when they've got a dinosaur and locking it in a room for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then accidentally also...
A wide-eyed journalist comes to investigate.
Yeah. And then accidentally also printing a dinosaur/soldier.
Yeah.
It's batshit fucking crazy. I really enjoyed it. It was silly. It's a really silly movie. But...
the acting. Where do we start with the acting?
Where do you start with the acting?
My word.
But I don't know. I don't think it was as bad as some of the movies we've seen. Like all the Robert movies are a lot worse. It was batshit crazy. It looked terrible. It was acted terribly. But I have, you know what I'm like. I've got a soft.
The dinosaur had no legs.
No, it was just a head. It was just a library shot of a dinosaur roaring every so often. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun watching it with really fun people in the Discord.
Yeah.
First Sunday of every month we're going to do watch-alongs in the Discord now. And next month we're doing Birdemic.
Oh yes,
we're doing Birdemic, which will be really good fun.
We watched the trailer for that, didn't we? After Killersaurus and
world renowned.
My word, I don't know if anyone will come back, but I think that will have even more people.
So we've got them lined up for the next few months. So If you're interested in joining the Discord, there'll be a link in the show notes. Come and join and get involved.
Yeah, please do. It's a lot of fun.
Definitely.
You've got one more thing you've watched, which you've not talked about.
Oh, Only Murders in the Building's back. I'd forgotten about that.
I didn't realise it's back. I love that show.
It's back. The first 2 episodes are streaming now on Disney+. Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep have joined the cast for this season.
Fantastic.
Both feature heavily in the first episode. So, yeah, go and check it out. It's really good fun.
Amazing.
Fully back onto form. But I've only watched one of them. There's 2 out there, but I've only watched one so far. But, yeah, right back onto form.
Good stuff.
Great show.
Love it.
Definitely watch Only Murders in the Building if you've not already. I think that's it. I think that's all I've watched.
Cool.
How are we doing for time? Ooh. Shall we go through the Netflix top 10 quickly?
Yes, let's do that.
I haven't done that for a few weeks. Let's start with top 10 films in the United Kingdom, shall we?
Let's do it. What are people watching?
What are people watching? They are watching at number 10.
The weather's been no good, so surely,
No, that's true.
Surely people are watching.
It's a relatively young
lots of
chart.
Netflix.
At number 10 this week is What's Love Got to Do with It?
I don't know.
Nor do I. Or don't really feel like I care to know either, to be honest.
I think a British rom-com. Emma Thompson's in it.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yep, go and watch that if you fancy it.
Do you think the song's in it?
Yeah. I think they got the rights to the songs. I wrote a movie about it, probably. Number 9 is Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, I watched this a couple of weeks ago.
You did, yes.
I didn't mention it on the show.
What did you think of it?
Awful.
Oh, shit, isn't it?
Absolutely awful.
It's
Woody
terrible.
Harrelson is dog shit.
Shocking in that movie.
He is. Talk about phoning it in. I didn't mind the first one. This is bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
They basically just made the first one again, but not as good.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as good. Yeah, it's awful. I went to the cinema to see it. It is dreadful. Number 8 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Brilliant.
That's appeared
This
on the...
constantly comes on and off Netflix
It's always on
UK.
and off Netflix, yeah. Number 7 is Paradise.
Okay.
Any ideas?
It looks like a TV type movie.
Does to
Netflix
me
movie
too.
of the week.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Not a clue.
Don't recognise anyone in that.
Number 6 is Untold, Jake Paul, the Problem Child.
I just imagine it being a promo for Jake Paul
I
fighting.
could not care less. Genuinely
I
could not care
don't
less.
feel like this is going to be the most gripping documentary, and it's just going to be a piece of an hour and a half promo, isn't it?
Yeah. Talking about a piece of shit. Number 5 is Miraculous Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Cat Noir, the movie.
Yeah,
Any ideas what that is?
yeah, they're just 2 superheroes
Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir.
with the powers of a black cat and a ladybird.
Ladybug.
Yeah.
What powers do ladybirds have?
They're spotty,
Yeah.
and they can climb walls,
They can fly, I suppose.
and they can fly.
Yeah, I suppose that's all you really need. It's better than a cat, to be fair.
And you know how old they are because you can count the number of spots.
Is that true?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Next time one lands on you,
In years?
yeah,
No.
yeah,
Ladybirds don't live to like 4 or 5 years.
they're doing ladybird years.
How long's a ladybird year?
A summer.
A summer. Okay. Number 4.
Wait a minute, that's David Attenborough.
I will do. I'll ring him up when we finish.
Okay.
Number 4 is Happiness for Beginners.
I've seen this movie. I liked it.
This is the one we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was all right.
Ellie Kemper goes hiking.
Yes, with a man with a terrible moustache.
It's a Scott Grimes.
Scott Grimes.
Yeah.
Good for him. Number 3, Missing, the Lucy Blackman case. Don't know what that is. It looks like a true crime documentary, so I'll probably watch
Yeah,
it at some
she's
point.
I vaguely remember that when it was in the news years
Okay.
ago. I think she is the British lady who went missing in Japan
Oh, yes. Okay.
years ago.
I'll
So-
probably watch that, to be fair. I like
Yeah.
Netflix's true crime. So, Number 2 is a movie I'm seeing everywhere at the minute. It's Hidden Strike.
Yeah.
Everybody on Netflix wants me to watch this. It's being pushed onto my algorithm
This-
everywhere.
It's quite a strange one. I know a little bit about Hidden Strikes. It's an action movie
Yeah.
starring Jackie Chan
Yeah.
and John Cena.
That's the worst picture of John Cena I've ever seen.
And apparently this is sat on the shelf. It's not a Netflix original. Netflix have purchased it and put it out there.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week or the week before, I think.
Did we?
I think
Was
so.
that on show or off
Oh, was
show?
it?
I
don't
can't
know.
remember.
I remember talking to you about it.
It's sat on the shelf for 5 years apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
And now they've
Without
just
a release.
put it out there.
Yeah.
It's a terrible picture of John Cena.
Do you think this was when John Cena was spending all that time in China learning Mandarin?
Could be. Maybe this is why.
Yeah, hidden strike.
Netflix can't be pushing it me harder. I'm getting notifications on my phone. I got an email about it.
Did you?
I've got all sorts. It's
Wow.
like, please watch it.
You better watch it,
I know,
otherwise someone will be knocking on the
I
door.
don't want to. And number 1 is Bull.
Okay.
This is the new. Actually, it's not new. It's from 2020. I think my parents watched this at the weekend, and they really didn't like it. They didn't understand what was going on, so it made me feel like I need to watch it just so I can explain it to them. That's Neil Maskell in the picture.
Is this some sort of British drama?
Yeah, I think it's like British gangsters
Okay.
fighting each other,
Right.
that sort of thing, and families get entwined and things like that.
I love a bit of entwining.
Apparently, it's very violent.
Okay.
That's what my mum described it as. But she doesn't mind. But
I wouldn't get that from the
not from the
thumbnail.
Not from the thumbnail. That's a different thumbnail to what I'm getting on my Netflix. I must admit, I'm getting a caravan on fire on my
It's
Netflix.
a happy father with his son.
That's Neil Maskell. He's the creepiest actor in the world. He's just been in Hijack on Apple TV. He's really creepy. TV in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Sure.
Number 10 is Sweet Magnolias.
Lovely.
What's that?
It's some ladies having a hug. It looks like a drama in a posh house.
They do. None of them look like they want to be hugging, but they are hugging.
Yeah.
This website does not give me any viewing figures at all now.
No, I know. Just
I don't get anything anymore.
Just all the transparency is
It's all
just
gone. They changed their algorithm, and now I don't
totally
get
gone
anything.
out the window.
Can't tell you how long how many people have watched it or anything. And number 9 is Fisk.
Okay.
No idea.
I'm getting legal drama.
Looks like it. Number 8 is Heartstopper season 1.
Makes sense.
Re-enter the charts.
People-
Does make sense.
People doing a rewatch.
I did a rewatch. I
Yeah.
rewatched season 1 before I watched season 2. How to become a
Which is
cult
better.
leader, which is better,
Yeah.
season wise.
Yeah. No, you've seen them both.
That's tough to say.
Okay.
1.
Okay, good. Well done. Move on.
They're very different.
That's
They're
fine.
very different. Then 2's, like I said a minute ago, a lot more deep. Number 7, How to become a cult leader. Don't know what that is. Looks fun though.
I will say it's a documentary about cults.
Could be. Number 6 is Manifest. The graphic for number 6 is broken, but it is at number 6.
Have we finally
This is Manifest season 1.
got the whole thing in Netflix UK?
Yes, I think so.
About time.
Yeah, I think it's all there now. If you wanted to go and watch Manifest.
Because we've had just season 4 for many months.
Well, that's season 1, so hopefully it looks like it's all there. Number 5 is Rich Holiday, Poor Holiday, season 2.
Okay.
I feel like that's a reality show where rich families swap holidays with poor families.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
It looks like it. Just from the poster, it looks like that. And number 4 is The Witcher,
Season 3.
season 3. Plummeting down the charts. Number 3 is Witness Number 3.
Okay.
That's that new British drama, I think.
Okay, fine.
Number 2 is The Lincoln Lawyer, season 2.
Indeed.
That's-
I've not got to that yet. I must
No.
watch that. I really enjoyed
I feel
season
like it's
1.
been out a while now.
It was split into 2 parts.
Oh, okay.
So the final 3 episodes have come out.
Got you. Okay. And quite predictably, number 1 is Heartstopper season 2. I think that will stick around at the top for a while.
Excellent.
Definitely be in the top 10 for a while. And that is your top 10s. Right.
Nicely done.
Should we do a real talk?
Yeah, let's throw some real talk.
What was this week's real
Out
talk
there.
question?
Real talk this week. We asked if you could mash up or cross over 2 movie franchises, what would it be?
Yeah. Let's create a new beast.
There are no limits.
No limits.
You go
Just
for
do
it.
whatever you want. And members of our Discord have really gone for it. What have we got?
Would you like me to go? So Ross Cook was first to reply. He is suggesting very sensibly,
He's a sensible boy.
a Fast and the Furious and Transformers crossover.
You could actually genuinely see that.
Yeah, well,
happening.
Ross says, I'm surprised they've not tried it.
Same.
They-
What would it entail, do you think?
Vin Diesel riding Optimus Prime into battle.
Sounds fun.
And
I'm up for
into
that.
space. And
I don't like either of those franchises, but mashing them together sounds like it'd be fun.
Mrs. Ross Cook,
Mrs. Ross Cook.
Kat, says, Back to the Future mashed up with the Goonies. The Goonies take the DeLorean back to pirate times
Pirate Time.
to meet One-Eyed Willie.
Yeah, let's do that. I would watch the hell out of that.
Yes, I then wanted to know if we were making that now or if we've made it back in the 80s, but apparently we're making it just after Back to the Future 3.
Okay, so 90s.
So they could also take the time train.
That's not going to help you with pirates. trains in water. I'm surprised they never did a Goonies prequel of the story of One-Eyed Willie. And just tell that story. Why did that never happen, do you think?
Goonies 2 was mooted for
Yeah,
years
it was,
and years
yeah.
and years. Unfortunately, Steven Spielberg is a very busy man.
Yeah.
And I don't think Richard Donner really wanted to do it.
No.
But
I'd like to know the story of how One-Eyed Willie's boat ended up there.
yeah.
You don't even need any of the cast. Just give me
True.
tell me the One-Eyed Willie story.
My starter for 10, I don't think it's my actual answer.
Okay.
I'm just reading it in the order it's in the
fine.
Discord. Is that terrorists take over Jurassic Park and only one man can go and take the island back. And that's John McClane.
John McClane versus
Die Hard
dinosaurs.
and Jurassic Park.
Dinosaurs hard.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Jordan from Grief Burrito says the Batmobile from the Batman.
Jordan from Grief Burrito and answered last week's question. Good for him. Thanks for being up to date with the podcast, Jordan.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Last week's question was what movie vehicle would you like to drive?
I think Sam answered last week's question after the fact as well.
Anyway, let's get this shit show back on track.
So next week we'll find out what Jordan's mashup
Maybe.
is. Yeah, cool.
Smileyson in the Discord says, I would like to see a Toy Story / Final Destination mashup. Now we're talking.
That's brilliant.
Woody gets a premonition and saves the other toys. Death slowly starts killing them off. Stuffing pulled out, parts broken, and plastic melted. Plot twist at the end. Sid has designed the toy that is playing Death as a revenge to Woody and his gang.
I like that he's thought out a whole plot with
Yeah.
even the twist. That would work. I'm watching that.
Yeah, Ross Cook's riffing off that. He says, how about a Toy Story meets Chucky? Chucky is just about to kill Andy, and then off screen you suddenly hear, reach for the sky. Here's the toys to save the day.
I like it.
Sam's really thinking outside the box this week.
Okay.
He
At least he's
wants
answered.
to mash up the Planet of the Apes trilogy
Yeah.
and BoJack Horseman.
Wow. Okay.
And the intelligence virus spreads to other animals, which then leads into the society
okay.
we see in BoJack Horseman.
So the Planet of the Apes trilogy is a prequel almost to BoJack Horseman. I like it. Clever.
Chris from the Time Shifters podcast is suggesting Alien and Doctor Who. Just so we'd get one of the companions face hugged.
Can that be Catherine Tate?
Yeah, fine.
Cool. Yeah, that would work.
Or his other suggestion, the one everyone really wants to see, Blade versus Twilight.
Yeah, everybody's always wanted to see that. That's perfect. I'd be well up for that. Let's mash them up. I've given it a little bit of thought. I feel like I'm going horror.
Okay.
I wanted to do Jigsaw versus horror.
Okay.
So it's Jigsaw taking on all of the other horror bad guys, and because they're bad guys, and Jigsaw takes out bad guys. So Jigsaw gets Michael Myers in a trap. Jigsaw gets Freddy Krueger in a trap.
I think horror icons
Versus Jigsaw.
battling each other is a real untapped. I know there's lots of issues with rights.
Yeah. They did Freddy versus Jason, and then it's great.
Yeah, it is. It's so much fun.
They never tapped into it any further.
And I think it's a really untapped potential. You know, I'm disregarding Alien versus Predator.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. But yeah, Freddy versus Jason was alright.
It's great. Yeah, it was a really good film. But yeah, I feel like Jigsaw, he's renowned for going against bad people. So let's get Michael Myers in a trap. Let's get Freddy Krueger in a trap.
Yeah.
And let's see how they deal with being...
But stop rebooting Halloween with shitty films, but give me Freddy versus Jason versus Michael.
Yeah, 100%. I would watch the hell out of that. Michael versus Leatherface or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jigsaw versus horror is mine, I think.
Okay. I like it.
I did also think Jigsaw versus Harry Potter. That was where I started.
Sure, if we're going
let's get those
completely-
kids in traps and see if they can save each other
Yeah.
without any fucking magic.
Yeah.
Cool. What did you say?
I thought of a couple of things,
I'm really sweaty. Sorry.
but a lot of them just involved sending John Wick into different universes to kick ass.
That's fine.
Like John Wick and Paddington mashing up. So like Paddington's been taken hostage.
Yeah.
And John Wick just has to brutally
Rescue him.
mow down,
Hugh Grant.
Peruvian drug dealing terrorists
I like it.
who have got this bear captured deep in the rainforest.
That's cool.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
But I think my proper answer is let's really mix it up.
Okay.
And let's do a sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
But let's combine it with a buddy cop comedy. Let's take the next stage from the original, which was obviously that sort of noir detective story. And, you know, we don't have to completely rewrite the wheel. Let's have Roger being kidnapped.
Yeah.
And we're mashing Roger Rabbit up with Lethal Weapon.
Oh, nice.
Briggs and Murtaugh have got to go into Toontown.
Rescue that rabbit.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Keep it. Let's do get some sweary action with cartoons.
Yes, I'm up for that.
Why not?
That's another untapped market, isn't it? Like human and animation mashups. There's not many of them about.
No, I don't suppose there are.
Since Space Jam, there hasn't been many, have there?
That went really well, didn't it?
The first one's
Last
great.
year or yeah.
But yeah, there hasn't really been many, and we could do that.
Yeah.
I'm up for that. Sounds
There
fun.
was. I don't think I put it in Discord in the end. I was. I can remember not that long ago. So going back 3 or 4 years, there was talk of looking at a 20. I think it was 21 Jump Street mashed up with Men in Black.
Yeah, there was. I remember that coming up.
Which never
took
obviously got off the ground, but
That would work.
yeah.
There's not as many mashup movies as you'd think.
No.
Considering there's only like 4 movie studios that own all the big franchises.
Yeah, sure.
You think it'd be easy to do.
But I guess they're like, economically, does it make sense?
Who
Unless
cares?
no, I agree. I agree. I'm the consumer. I give me all of them. But
Yeah.
if I'm talking from a business point
Yeah.
of view, why are you going to mash up 2 franchises where you can get
Yeah, I suppose.
double the money out?
I suppose if you go with dead franchises, like franchises that are not going to come back, but you've still got the rights to.
Yeah.
You've got a hot untapped market there.
Yeah.
Should happen more.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Good real talk.
Look, there's loads more out there. Just anyone ever thinks of any, just
just let us know.
let us know in the Discord or on the socials this week.
Sounds what Jordan will anyway, so you might as well. Cool. Right. Briefly, what are we watching this week on Thursday?
Come back to this very feed on Thursday because we are going to talk about your wildcard pick.
It is. I opened the wildcard race this season.
You have chosen this movie. We've given Robin the randomizer the week off.
We have.
As is your right as a wildcard holder.
Yep.
You have picked Warriors of Future.
Yes, indeed. Warriors of Future. It's
Which is a
Chinese
sci-fi action movie.
Yeah. It's a CGI fest.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about
Me
it.
neither.
It's mental.
Me
So it's
neither.
going to be a fun episode.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what you thought of it, and I'm intrigued to see where it's going to end up on the stream table. So,
I know you picked it,
yeah.
but I'm not. I'm really not sure what you will have thought.
Okay,
about
interesting.
it.
Okay, that's fun.
So
It is very out of type for my usual wildcard picks.
I could see me picking this.
Yeah.
And then, well, yeah, whether I like it or not, we'll see.
Thought I'd just mix it up this year. Why not?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it as
Me
well.
too, so
Warriors of Future.
Let's go off and do that, and we'll be back on Thursday when you can hear about it.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Bye.